Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. So today I have the cutest card to share with you featuring the new shaded summer stamp set. This is from our new 2021-2022 annual catalog. I just love this stamp set. This big floral image really stood out to me, and these sentiments. I love when they mix fonts in a sentiment. I just love mixed fonts. I know I say that all the time, but I really, really do. And another thing that I liked about this stamp set is it didn't require a punch and it didn't require dies. So sometimes I do like to get stamp sets where you can just create a quick card and you don't need anything fancy to go along with it. So that's another reason why I chose this set. And my card today is actually inspired by a sample from the catalog. So don't forget, you guys, you can use our catalog as a tool. Use it to help inspire you and get you going if maybe you don't have an idea. And that's exactly what I did for today's card. So when I was looking at the page for this stamp set, which is page 75, I saw this sample, and y'all know I love black and white. And when I saw this black and white designer paper in the back, I said, yep, I want to create this card. So that's exactly what I did, and mine looks a little bit different. You'll see here once we get started, but let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so I've got all of my pieces here for my card, and this card is also my May team make and take. So every month I do a Facebook Live with my team where we do training, we talk about updates, all that kind of stuff, and then I do a make and take, and then I give away make and take kits. And so this was our make and take for May. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring in a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. I'm gonna need this for my sentiment. I'm stamping my sentiment in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I went with the Happy Birthday, just like the sample. Inking that up really good. Okay, actually I think I'm going to stamp it this direction. Okay, looks good. Ah, love it. Then I'm going to come in with polished pink. We're going to do some stamping and create the focal point for this card. So I've got another piece of Whisper White. This is cut 3.5 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'm gonna bring in some scratch paper, and I like to use the Stamparatus grid paper for my scratch paper. So I'm gonna start with that large flower image, and this is on an E block, and I'm just going to ink this up. If you do not have the new ink colors for the 2021-2023 ink colors, you are missing out. You've got to order these colors, you guys. They're absolutely beautiful. You can get them in my online store. You've got to get them. Look at how pretty this pink is. Gorgeous. Now I'm going to stamp the smaller floral image twice. So I'm just going to get it as close as I can without overlapping this image. I hope I did it. Ooh, man, that's good. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna ink it again, and I'm gonna come in and stamp again right in here. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, right in here. Again, I'm trying not to overlap. Ah, perfect. All right, so we got that done. And I'm just gonna go ahead and bring in my envelope. One of our basic white envelopes, and I'm going to stamp that same image in the bottom left corner. Cute. Now I'm bringing in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. If you don't have this, you need this too. You need this too. This thing's awesome. So I've got my plate number 1. Then I've got a cutting plate. I love my mini machine. Love, love, love it. I'm just going to tear this, make it a little smaller. Okay, put my sentiment down, and then I'm using one of the beautiful stitched scalloped rectangles from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I can't get enough of those dies. I'm using them, gosh, like crazy. Okay, so I think I have that lined up straight. Let me see. I think that's straight. And then another cutting plate on top, very carefully. There we go. And then I'm just going to roll this through a little mini. Yeah. All right. Love my mini. And there we go. Look how cute that is with the stitching and that beautiful tiny little scallop. I love it. Okay, so now we can start, putting this card together, and my nails are literally the exact same color as Coastal Cabana. That was not intentional, but it is literally the same color. I don't know what this color is. It was just number 50 at the nail shop, so I don't know, but it's a perfect match for Coastal Cabana. So for my card base, again, Coastal Cabana cardstock. This is cut 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and I've scored it at 4.25 inches. Just going to fold this over. I just love how like thick and sturdy our cardstock is. Love it. Okay, so then I have got some of this designer paper from the Pattern Party Designer Series paper. This you can get, it's a hostess item, so you can get it with your hostess rewards when you place a qualifying order. And you when you're seeing this video, I should have by this point uploaded and shared with you guys a video showing you a close-up look at this designer paper. I am obsessed. Y'all know I love black and white, so this paper is just right up my alley. I'm obsessed with it. So I'm gonna adhere this with Stampin' Seal adhesive, and this piece is cut, and I just guessed on the measurements by looking at the card in the catalog, and I chose to cut this at 4 inches by 4.5 inches. Yes, 4 inches by 4.5 inches. And I'll have all of the measurements over on today's blog post linked down below in the video description. Okay, there we go. Black dimensionals. So excited to use the black ones. I always neglect these. I forget to use them. So I try to remember when I have a card that features a lot of black to use them. All right. Okay, got my backings off of my dimensionals, and then I'll just go ahead and center this up, add it onto the front. Now on the sample in the catalog, they used the same paper. Well, they used designer paper from the same collection, but they used a different black and white pattern. I chose this one. And I'm going to bring in this black and white baker's twine. This is from the Playful Pets ribbon combo pack or trim combo pack, and I'm just going to take about 10 inches of this, and then I'm going to add a little bit of my seal adhesive in the bottom right hand corner, and I'm going to create a little loopy effect down here. And let's see, I want these to be about 3 inches. Is that 3 inches? Yep. So I'm just going to stick this down in my adhesive. And just loop it back again the other direction. Just like that. Let me make sure that's low enough. Oh yeah, that's absolutely perfect. Okay, so I just want this to kind of go that way a little bit. That way. I'm just gonna move this. Ooh, do y'all hear that thunder? It is raining outside. It's been raining for 2 weeks straight here in Houston. 2 weeks straight. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to add a dimensional above and a dimensional below. And, oh, you know what else I want to do? I'm also just going to add a tiny little strip of tear and tape just to make sure. I mean, I don't think this twine's going to come off, but I just want to make sure it's secured on. Now I'll put my sentiment over the top. And then to finish up my envelope, I'm just going to add another strip of that same designer paper to my envelope flap. And this is 2.5 inches by 6 inches. So I'm just going to take a little bit of our multi-purpose liquid glue. I don't know what my mouth was trying to say. Okay. And just line that up to the crease of the flap. press it down really nicely, and then come in with your scissors and cut off the overhang. Right, there you have the completed envelope and then the finished card. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that polished pink, you guys. It's just gorgeous. I love it. And then with the black and the white and the coastal cabana, this card it's just so pretty. I love it. Love, love, love it. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget, use your catalog to help inspire you, to help you come up with ideas, to help you create. It really is a helpful tool, more than just for shopping. So don't forget, you can find all of the products that I've used today and all of the measurements for today's project over on my coordinating blog post linked down below. And I do actually have all of the products linked down below for you in the video description as well to make it easy for you. So yeah, thanks again for joining me today, and stay tuned. I will be back very soon with another tutorial. Bye now.